E in ESG stands for environmental criteria. One of the primary reasons for organization to exist is to earn profit. Now, this profit is earned by providing value. And value creation requires the organization to consume the natural resources, and as a byproduct, waste is generated. So, for any organization, providing this value requires the responsible consumption of natural resources, and responsibly they manage their waste. So, how do we know whether they are doing it responsibly? Let's understand with one example. We know that lead in paint or lead in any form is a poisonous element, but if an organization is using leaded paint in toys, so it's a health hazard for its employees as well, it's a health hazard for the environment and also the community, the children that use them. This organization will replace the leaded paint. That's the question, how responsibly they are treating the environment. So the key areas included to consider the parameters are carbon footprint, the water consumption, the electricity or the energy consumption, the GHG emissions, all scope 1, scope 2 and scope 3. And you might have heard about net zero. So organization planning to go net zero. So all these parameters are considered by the organization. So what's the benefit for the organization? The strong e-performance improves the operational efficiency for the organization. It reduces or removes the risk in terms of legal risk and compliance risk, and also it makes the organization resilient. In terms of calamity, in terms of resource crunch, the organization still survives and is at better shape compared to the organization which is not strong in E. The S in ESG stands for social criteria. One of the primary reasons for the organization to exist is to earn profit. And this profit is earned by creating value to the customers. And value creation requires the support of multiple people coming together and work in harmony. While doing so, the organization should consider the welfare of all the stakeholders involved in this process. And all the stakeholders you can remember with ESCC, that is employees with which you are creating this value. S is the supplier with which you are getting the raw material and the services. CC is the customer that is you are serving, and the entire community in which you are operating. Now, in the pursuit of earning profit, organization should not compromise on the welfare of community members. What does that mean? Let's understand with one example. For example, if an organization is working in a community where there is a lack of awareness, so they are employing child labor, they are having forced labor, so these are unfair business practices. Not only this, organization is not providing fair wages or salary to its employees. And to ensure the organization is socially responsible, there are multiple factors which are involved, like human rights and labor standards, diversity, equity and inclusion, ethical marketing, data privacy, and so on. So what's the benefit for organization? A strong S performance improves organization's brand reputation, increases retention, the morale of the employees, and ultimately it also reduces the risk. The G in ESG stands for governance criteria. One of the primary reasons for any organization to exist is to earn profit, and profit is earned by creating value to the customers. Now, this value creation requires the organization to have some set of policies and rules and regulations in place in order to create that value out of the resources that they have. What if proper governance is not there? For example, if an organization just focusing on shareholder, providing value to the investor, that is only money minded, so that organization can compromise the environment and social aspect. And whether an organization is really doing what they are saying for the environment and social parameters, how do we know? We would know it only if they have strong governance. And in order for an organization to perform well and have a strong governance, what is required? There are multiple things like board composition, executive pay, having policies in place like anti-bribery policy or whistleblower policy, and these policies need to be on ground as well. Transparency and accurate reporting. So all these parameters are included in governance. So what is the benefit? Organization will have a transparent operation and it would have integrity, and that's what is required for an organization to be a sustainable in long term. So do let us know what do you think about this series. And we have covered E, S and G, all three aspects. In next video, we will be having a short summary of all these three. Why ESG for any organization? ESG stands for environmental, social and governance criteria that any responsible organization need to follow. Now, why? We will understand in this video. One of the primary reasons for any organization to exist is to earn profit. And profit is earned by creating value for the customers. The value creation requires the organization to use the natural resources and the support of people, and the whole transaction should be done in such a way that it does not infringe on the rights of others. Now, to ensure that, there is a 3P framework or 3 pillars of sustainability framework, where the 3P are people, planet and profit, and for the 3 pillars which are society, environment and economy. Now, this framework, whether it is 3P or the 3 pillars, it is very vague and it doesn't guide the organization what exactly they need to do on their day-to-day operations. So, we would require a framework to solve this problem. First, it should measure their impact. Second, it should set up the policies in place. Third, it should improve the organization. And fourth, it should monitor the improvement so that the organization improves year on year. In order to have such kind of framework, and just imagine, this framework need to be used for different organizations of different scales, different capacities, different sectors, different geographies. In order to achieve all these, the framework needs to be standardized, structured, transparent and verifiable. And that's what the ESG is a solution for this. In ESG, we talk about first environmental, where we talk about the organization's impact on the nature, on the environment, like the water consumption or the energy consumption. And that's how we try to track whether the organization is environmentally responsible or not. Second, social criteria, where we talk about people, organizations' interaction with the people, with the help of diversity, equity and inclusion, human rights and labor standards, etc., so that the organization is socially responsible. And third is governance, where we talk about organization having a proper set of policies in place and having the mechanism to drive the organization's improvement, whether it is board composition, it is having transparent reporting. So it's all about integrity, whether the organization is actually doing what they are saying. So in totality, ESG criteria are a set of standards that helps the organization to measure their sustainability, considering the ethical impact and the risk management. So do let me know in the comments whether you think an organization with ESG would be better compared to organization which is not. Do let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to stay connected. Thank you so much. Have a great day.